So and listen, guys, you guys obviously seen and probably followed the FIBO show. I don't know that I know there was no live stream, but I guess were you guys able to see some videos and stuff?
Yes, I did. Pretty
Yeah.
much everything was in uh, Instagram, on YouTube. You know, analyze, heard the experts, and then we discussed with few people. So I'm really curious for the Abdullah thing, and Dennis, you and I wanted to bring James Hollingston, right? And
Yeah.
he has a seminar with actually he's attending Jay Cutler seminar in Orpington Muscle Works, so that's why he couldn't come. But he did tell me his opinion because you asked, and he is all for maybe Sasan winning because of this mint conditioning, right? And his idea was that judges are not doing favor to Andrew Jack by awarding him placings that when he's supposed to be like punished, spanked, and then maybe reconsider and come back at his all-time best. So say, come on, James, think about it. It's still Andrew Jack. So he goes like, well, if it's 90% Andrew Jack, yeah, maybe he would go for it, but he was 87%.
I agree. I agree with you.
Here's my opinion, and I can only speak for prejudging because the finals I was standing on stage next to the guys where I couldn't really see it, just close up from the back or so. From prejudging, I emceed the prejudging from the judges' table. So I was literally sitting in the front because the stage that we had at the FIBO was too small to even have me on stage to MC the show. So, and keep in mind that the lighting on the prejudging stage wasn't what I would have liked it to be much brighter and better, but it went on. We had it was what it was, and from what I saw, that was an Andrew that wasn't prejudging, not even close to 100%. And Sasan, in my eyes, looked like I have to say, for me, he looked like the clear winner after prejudging, and he was leading after prejudging, so I wasn't even wrong with that. So I don't know how much better Andrew got at finals, but I guess he got significantly better than prejudging. So I don't know. You guys saw prejudging? I didn't. To be honest, I slept all day yesterday. I didn't watch a single video from the show.
I saw. For me, I saw Sasan beat him prejudge and final. Clear.
Yeah.
And final?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so here it is. And Abdullah, I want you to hear it, and Dennis as well. I said there are certain levels, and there are people that I say mortals, which we are, and that Sasan is, that humanly possible. He did everything to get himself in outstanding shape and condition, but he still looks like mortal. And then there are those Excaliburs, which Lee Haney calls, those superhero looks that basically there are very few. There was in history Cedric McMillan, there's now Samson, there is Andrew, that if they come in any closed condition, there's no comparison. They win superiorly. There is night and day difference. Those guys are untouchable. They're like gods. They have a height, width, thickness, structure, aesthetics. I mean, there is not even comparing. So can a little bit more conditioning really means that now this superior physique loses? We had a Lee Haney back in the day, and we have, of course, Ronnie Coleman, that basically they showed up in a condition so that there was never even an issue. So they both have 8 titles each because they nailed the conditioning. You tell me, if Cedric was same condition as, let's say, Hadi Chopin or anybody else, could he ever lose the show?
No.
And same goes for Samson and Andrew. So was Andrew that much off? I'm going to tell you this. I love Sasan. Sasan grew to my heart. Like, he is most humble guy, hardworking, presented himself perfectly. What a gentleman. Oh, my God. But there was not enough to beat the superhuman with the much improved legs
How can you say that when he beat him in prejudging?
by judges. So listen,
Oh,
by,
we have to go by judges. So
we
so
don't
you-
have to go by judges. We have our own opinions many times.
so
We
you
agree or
think
we
that-
disagree.
okay,
right?
so you think that Andrew was better at prejudging than Sasan?
I would still give it to Andrew. I would
Okay,
still give it to Andrew.
I think that's because you're biased.
Okay,
A little bit. I think a little bit
Okay.
because you're a little biased.
Okay,
And I
okay,
get
Dennis,
it from your
Dennis,
standpoint because
I have a question for Milos.
Yeah.
Why when you Brandon beat Hadi Choban, why everyone be best and upset?
say who beat Hadi Chaban?
When you Brandon Kerry beat Hadi 2019, everyone be upset. Why?
Well, listen, Brandon won on that beautiful shape aesthetics. When you check all the boxes, okay, Brandon has a way shapelier body, way more aesthetics, very more V-taper, round muscle bellies. This is why. But Brandon still doesn't go in the category of size of Cedric McMillan and Andrew and Samson. Those three guys, the 300-pound monsters with a width like this, round muscle bellies, shoulders equal to their heads.
But Milos, what happened? The 300 is not his biggest, is not better. I told you why. See the Derek. He beat the guy 300 pound and tall. But when you put them both to both, Derek is wide than Samson, and also Hadi is wide than Samson from some posing.
Well, listen, there is one thing. That's why I say humanly possible. When you take a human body, Sasan did maximum to his body. Density, thickness, conditioning, tie-ins, presentation, flat stomach at all times, separated legs. He did his job, absolutely. But okay, let's look at frontier legs. Can his V-taper X frame be even compared to this monster? Can front double biceps be compared to this beautiful monster? Lat spread when he opens up his shoulders like this. Can it be compared?
But he beat him.
So
He beat him.
he's
He beat him
holding
all.
a little bit more water. Okay, listen. He dropped a little bit, like 3-4 pounds of water, and every judge gave him a first place at the finals.
Milos, he remind me the condition. He remind me like Hadi Choban. But I told you, he beat Andrew all the side balls and all the back balls.
If
To
you
me, I told you about condition and details.
condition
Listen,
details, yes.
okay.
But that's a 1 out of 10 things.
Yeah, Sasan is not a small guy. I really,
No, he's
I,
big.
you remember last week when I asked him how tall he is? I thought he was like 5'6" or 5'7".
Yeah.
He really is 5'9", because he was significantly taller than me, and he's not a small guy. So don't.
No, that's not right.
He is you can't compare. I see the point Milos is trying to make, but I also know that Milos is a little biased when it comes to Andrew. A little bit, Milos. Is it true or not?
No, I'm not. I'm serious. First, here's not
Is
my
it true or
athlete.
not? Are you a little biased?
Dennis,
I
told
love the
you-
guy by all means.
No,
but-
listen, I know Milos. He's in there with his heart, and when he
Dennis, I told you something before it happened with the Sean Carida. He beat Sergio and he beat Reagan, big guy, right?
yeah, but
Yeah,
just
And I told you also Rami with the Brandon 2021. Brandon is beat Rami, but Rami beat him size, right? Then
Okay.
after then, now Derek beat the big boy, But I think he have something different. The judge different. I don't know what happened. I respect judge, but I didn't see the formula, same the line, different. All the show different.
Okay, Dennis, you didn't answer. Okay, this question: if Cedric McMillan was peeled out of his mind, could he ever lose the show at his time?
No,
probably not.
Okay, so if Samson is peeled out of his mind and Andrew, could they lose the show? There would
Well,
be
if they both peeled out of their mind, who's going to win?
okay. Now
Samson.
they're going one against another. So the version of Andrew at Arnold Classic that they went for that little bit extra conditioning and dryness cost him major volume in his legs, and his legs look smaller, and now there was not balanced.
different question for you, Milos.
Okay.
Total different question
Okay.
for both of you. Andrew, the way he looked, and I'm only going off prejudging because I think that at the finals he was really much, much better and deserved to win.
Mhm.
But Andrew, at prejudging, where would he place at the Olympia?
Not the top 6.
7.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what James was saying, and I kind of agree with him. Judges should kind of penalize you. Okay, so but this is now conditioning and dryness. How much you value this? Would all this superhuman look, superhero look,
Right.
should be ignored? I mean, shoulders super wide, V taper, X frame,
Well,
round.
in the time
Logan.
that we are right now, you're right. That's not going to get ignored. 20 years ago,
I give it
because
to Brandon. I give it to Brandon. Beat him in Arnold.
but what I'm trying to say is that it was probably very close. What I'm trying to say is that when we have, like, Samson winning the Olympia because of his superior structure, not because of his condition, this is where we at right now. So why shouldn't they award Andrew if he has also superior structure? Back in the days, superior structure wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because superior structure would have been enough, Flex Wheeler would be Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Right.
So Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone could come in this category, but they're still not that tall, that big, that wide, right? Those are two also guys. Lee Haney calls them Excaliburs, and that's how I'm going to refer to Andrew and Samson. And that was Cedric McMillan. And then, of course, Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman. Untouchable guys if they are in same condition. Untouchable.
Yeah. And I mean, Andrew is, if you see him off stage, that's one thing. But if you stand in front of him and you see him close up, it's fucking unbelievable.
I'm telling you. So
that dude has a muscle fullness in the shoulders and the chest that this looks like it's not even, it looks like it's fake. It literally looks like it's not real. So sometimes you have to see him in person to really understand how impressive he looks, But that doesn't change the fact that if you want to be, and I told him, if you get in shape, if you ever get in shape, you're gonna fucking win the Olympia.
Yeah.
But how many years does someone need to get in shape?
How old? It's 40, right? It's 40.
I don't know. But here, just to conclude, can Excalibur lose? Yes, of course. Derek just beat Samson. Hadi, won the Olympia, right? So the combination of mortal human, hardworking that created the best out of his body can still beat the human.
Milos, I told Dennis before the Arnold, I told him Derek will win easily. No one respect. I know Derek, he won easily.
Yeah, if he was in the same condition, he would have won here. But okay, so now, Dennis, did you see the size difference in the legs from Arnold Classic and here? In quads.
Yeah, but I didn't see the detail.
It was maybe at finals, detail was almost there.
You know what he looked like? He looked like a fucking fully rebounded, coming off the fucking bodybuilder. That shit looked fucking crazy. Yeah. That's what it looked like. He just had a full good rebound and I think I'm pretty sure that they pulled a lot of water after prejudging for him to look, because even his abs weren't like, how his trademark abs, even if he's relaxed, his abs would. And it wasn't at prejudging. It wasn't really it wasn't Andrew. It wasn't Andrew that I've seen and we've seen him not nailing his condition 100 times, but it wasn't him. So he was a little maybe overfull or.
Dennis, why we don't see Andrew Jack is coming harder? My opinion, because the judge, he give him chance. If you give him like a Brandon, you give him from 4 to 9. Will be excited from next year. You know he's not good. But judge, he gives him his softy, his hard, his softy always win, That's why we don't know. He doesn't respect the Milos or me or you. But judge, you need to give him the second, because you're not conditioned. I meet Branch back in the day. I told him, why? How you change your life and you come second in Olympia. He said, I respect the judge. Judge told me always lose because you not come condition. I bring condition, I get second Olympia, I win Arnold 2 times. But judge, if you give you softy every time win, always will come softy. You know?
Okay. Okay. So you had Sas winning prejudging and finals. Milos had
Even Sas better than last show. I saw him is better, more
That I
better,
don't
more
know.
bright.
That I don't know. I mean, I can't tell because the light wasn't the same as in Detroit. Detroit, he looked like he was a little more conditioned to me. But like I said, could be the light. And I don't know exactly what he looked like at the finals because that was better lighting. It's a different stage. So, and
So
I
that-
think I saw Sass winning after prejudging and after finals. I have to respect the judges because I guess Andrew came in much better.
Yeah. Dennis, we were saying going into the show that Sas is going to bring Hadi-like conditioning, both of
Right.
us, and that's why we put him ahead of Sergio,
Yeah.
and that's why both of us didn't.
The other guys, next to the other guys, he was in hardy condition.
Yes. So that's why we also didn't put Sas in a Hadi condition over Excalibur, right? Because
We still had Andrew winning, but I thought Andrew was going to be better than he was at prejudging. If he would have came in like he did at the finals, okay, I would have said yes, easy.
Yeah.
You know, understandable because the size alone, and then he brought the necessary condition. It was just, I mean, listen, we're not the only ones saying this. I mean, there's a lot of people saying the same thing that he just wasn't on.
Yeah,
You know,
judges gave it to Sas.
especially from the back. It was from the front. Okay, I mean, he can pull it off from the front all the time, but when he's not on, his back is getting weaker, especially his hamstrings and the glutes. You know, and the back period.
And also lower back. And I saw his size chase the condition. I saw every show he coming size, and I saw your legs lose it from side. It's small, very small.
I hope, and he said it himself. He said himself now. He's literally gonna focus on condition.
There is Brandon Carey and Samson and Hadi 3 years go Olympia, then win Olympia. How many years now? Andrew Jackson Olympia. I hope he's coming shredded. But the question, there is why it doesn't come shredded right. What happened?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You
I
see,
don't know.
Maybe size, chest.
I don't think he's chasing the size. I just think he's trying to make improvements in some of the body parts like hamstrings. And I think overall his body is just still growing because he hasn't been in the game too long. He's still fresh compared to other people at his age because he started late. You know, he hasn't been doing this for 20 years, you know, and on gear and who knows what else. You know, at the end, he started competing. What was it? Was it 4 years ago, 5 years ago when he won the amateurs, Arnold?
2021, right?
Yeah, so that's 4 years ago. That's when he started competing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a lot of miles on his body. So that's why he can still go at 40. And I think he's still improving every year. But he needs to now. I think he understands now that at the Olympia, he needs to bring something that he's never brought to the stage. And that's why he wanted to do this show to get his qualification. And now he can go back and just focus.
If me and Andrew Jack, I will continue from Pittsburgh and New York. I will get to the condition. Same like Rami. When you go Arnold, then go Olympia winning. I don't stop the diet. I'll be diet all the year.
Yeah.
Well, how about 2023 Arnold Classic version of Andrew? Conditioning from that show.
When that was probably his best condition, right?
Yeah, I would think
But
so.
then he wasn't, he had body parts that looked a little bit undersized at that point. But that's 2 years ago. He brought the body parts up.
He can bring that kind of condition, right?
He can.
He can, yes.
Yeah.
I witnessed it at Arnold Classic, like I was telling you. He lost legs in the last 24 hours or so. And it's similar to Derek at Olympia that I heard of, that his legs were there, and then that last day, cost him the fullness in size, and then balance was off. It was not the same. I really think that if Andrew had legs, this size legs, with that kind of condition, he could have won the Arnold. I'm telling you, because he has that wow factor, and he was there close to Samson, you know, and Andrew and Samson, okay, two behemoths, big guys. Andrew is wider, and Andrew has more polishment. He has those crazy deep abs, intercostals, you know, the striated chest, even from the last spread pose. You know, he has the tools that from front poses he can maybe beat Samson. Then you turn to the side, Samson is super dominant, right? But Andrew is catching up on the side now. I think he is. He's doing a great job. Back, Andrew still doesn't have a back to match Derek or a Samson, you know, so he needs to improve that for the Olympia too.
I think
Made a comment. Okay.
also that presentation from Samson is way better.
Say what?
I think Samson also have presentation more than anyone.
Yeah, Samson has a very polished, that's true. Sean Ray mentioned something about Andrew's age and not being able to build the hamstring so far. So how he's going to do it now at this age, right?
Yeah, you got a point. If you can't get it after all these years, now what's going to change for you to? And I don't think it's the training. I think he's doing everything he's supposed to do, and probably a little more because he knows. But you know, sometimes, and we talked about this before. Some people just have stubborn body parts, and they just won't catch up. It happens. It happens.
I think genetics.
Let's switch to someone else real quick that I want to talk about. Sergio Olivia. What did you guys see with Sergio coming out?
Flat, very flat.
Yeah.
It's very flat.
Okay, so I was going to call him even catabolic, not even flat. I think he went down into this mode where his body would just could not fill up. That if you look at his pictures, like 2 weeks out from that cult fitness posing room, which is the greatest posing room in the US. I mean, that was impressive, Sergio, right? And that structure and width, when he had a full of chest, full of delts, you know, full of back, you know, this is kind of Sergio that even you and I said, what?
That's why I don't judge anybody off pictures no
Oh, the
more.
pictures.
All people post, I don't care no more. I'm gonna stop looking. At the end of the day, pictures is pictures. You get the good pump. Milos, you know that. You get a fucking good pump in the gym. You take some pictures in the best mirror, and then you got shocked that you can never deliver on stage. So at the end of the day, is what you know. Pictures sometimes can hurt you. They hurt me sometimes.
I think this is the movie is done. Movie from picture is done.
Yeah. So for me, when he came out, I was a little. I mean, I was a little. You know, for me, he underperformed a little bit for prejudging. And finals, he looked much better. And I saw a couple of pictures, so I didn't really see him. But when he turned around, I mean, not only did he not really have his back up there, but he still had wrinkles in his back.
Yeah.
That showed he was super flat. I mean, there was no glycogen storage anywhere from behind.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was for me a little bit because, and then when he did the lat spread, I mean, you see the rolls in his lower back. It was, you know,
Yeah.
and we didn't have screens at prejudging because if he would have saw that on the screen, he probably would have not fucking pulled so much, you know. But I think it was better. What did he look like at finals?
Yeah, he looks better. Listen, Sergio, his legs were off the chart. His legs were improved, quad separated, hamstring, glutes. If you just cover the upper body, look at the legs, holy hell, right? But then probably shoulder injury cost him a little bit trademark big Sergio Olivia shoulders and arms. He had always that. He always had an issue with the chest. So when somebody is that wide and then flat chest, it's so easily visible, right? And then flat, nothing happening. I would not go for maybe that much condition to lose that. And probably going into the show 2 weeks out, he needs to be conditioned because Andrew was not going to compete. And he just need to, you know, fight maybe Sasan. And he beat Sasan before. So I know that they were going, I just must be peeled because Sasan is going to bring the peelness. And I think in that process, they went too far. And I know that if we have a Stefan here, Stefan will tell you he probably load him up like crazy. You know, like when he was loading up Martin, and when he says like it's about 1,500 grams of carbs for 3 days straight. So I could assume that's just Stefan's theory. Deplete and then load up.
If Sergio would have looked at prejudging the way he looked at the finals, was second place? Would that be possible?
No.
No.
Okay.
And
Where does he go from here? Where does he go from here? Does he go to Pittsburgh or?
That's too soon and too tough of the lineup. He would not be noticed. It's not a good idea for.
If you were his coach, or you, Abdullah, if you were Sergio's coach right now, what would you advise?
California.
I will go California.
California, why?
Because okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please.
Go ahead.
No, I never shut up. You're the guest. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. You said California, but why? To get an Olympia qualification, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea. He wants
if Pittsburgh is too tough of a lineup, what do you think the Olympia going to be?
Okay, yeah. But listen, you're talking to somebody.
No, but I'm asking you because I wanted to see as a coach, would you say, listen,
Dennis, honestly, you want
hold on 1 second, Abdullah, 1 second. You had this injury, you had all this shit going on. Maybe just take some time off, train, get back to where you used to be, and then start it again. Would that be a smart advice?
It would be good advice, but isn't that what he had after the California last year, after the injury, and then packing on muscle? I saw him here.
The injury was before?
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was something recent.
No, before. So he's in the rebuilding phase, and look, so Sergio always takes everything to his heart too much, and like, if it's criticism, it's not criticism. He has that structure, of course, that he has to fill up. Sergio Olivia has to be big. Sergio Olivia cannot be flat because he doesn't have his father's small waist. So to create that, crazy V taper and X frame, and he has to have that crazy fullness. So now that he's dieted down, okay, for me, little catabolic. He is perfect. He should be eating up now all the way to the California. Put probably 15 pounds, fill up that frame, fill up the back. He was not popping. His muscle was not, pushing the skin far from you. Like I said,
you probably looked great on Sunday at the booth after he ate up and had some water.
The guy he get 4 is impressive. They have good future.
That's Justin Musial from Germany. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's young, right? He have crazy condition, crazy.
I think he's in his late 20s.
This guy, it can be easy top 5 in Olympia if he gets more size and same condition. Will be easy.
Whatever.
I don't think so. And Abdullah, I don't know what you're drinking over there.
No.
You're talking about the top 5 at Olympia.
Milos, I told you why.
Abdullah, what are you drinking? You got the Jack Daniels under the table?
No. I told you why. I told you why.
Doing something.
I told you why. When I start with Brandon, and I told some people Brandon will be Mr. Olympia, everyone laughing. Laughing. Then Brandon won Olympia. I told you why. This guy is younger, and condition is crazy condition in the stage. I think if you get more size from 5 years, 6 years, will be top 5 easy.
No. Yeah. And I would bet you on it. I don't like to bet, and I don't like to bet against people. But when I talk about this special kind of people, for special top 5 Olympians, elite, you have to have a structure and width and aesthetics and shape and thickness.
But now top 5
shorter and stockier. He would have a humanly possible. He developed his body, in German precision. Okay, he did his work. He was conditioned and everything else, right? It was still not close to consider.
Yeah, but this is for a future. For a future, with 5 years, 4 years.
I hear what Abdullah is saying, and Milos, I'll tell you one thing. If you would see right now what this guy did in the last year and a half.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm telling you, a year and a half ago, he won my regional show, the overall.
It's very small, now bigger.
Yeah, a year and a half ago, he was it's almost like half the size. So he put on crazy amount of muscle. So
Dennis,
I wouldn't doubt this guy get better again in another year because
Dennis,
when
this
he-
guy, this
his
guy, he sent me message when he gets
okay,
brokered.
keep that thought.
Okay.
Don't forget what you want to say. Let me just
Okay.
finish. And what he did in the last year, the size that he put on, and the condition that he's delivering, I wouldn't count this guy out to be a good bodybuilder. I mean, and I see what you're saying, Milos. You're looking at his structure right now,
Yeah.
and but
Here's the just the difference is good bodybuilder and top 5 at Olympia.
yeah,
Top
but
5 now easy. Then Milos, top 5 now easy. Very easy. Not some your area. Now very easy.
Abdullah.
Akeem William go
Yeah.
top 6. Steve Kokolo go top 6. Everyone can be top 6. Easy
Since
now.
I know about the Olympia, since I competed at Olympia in 91, top 5 is absolute elite, something special. You can't be ordinary to make a top 5. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. Humans, mortals. Okay, he does his job, looks good, build the muscle, crazy condition, yes. Good. But is this top 5 at Olympia?
Not now. From future.
Not, yeah, not now. and
Future.
not-
this is the first time I hear Milos not giving.
Milos, I saw Dennis Wall first time when you go Olympia. Will never say, oh, this guy we can beat top 5, but he got top 3. You know.
Hold on a second. What? You
No, this
When
is
I've
my
seen
opinion.
that-
This is my
I like
opinion.
the conversation.
you
I like
did
the
not see Dennis Wolf with the shoulders as wide as you can imagine.
No. It's
With
wide.
shoulders, with peeping thighs. You didn't.
Give me my word. Okay, he's tall, wide, but this is my opinion. When I saw him first time, I said, oh, next year he put too much muscle. He's impressive. I said, oh, this guy can be Mr. Olympia. But first time when I saw him, I said, oh, you have something, you know. But second time when I saw him get 5th Olympia, I saw this guy have genetic, can be Mr. Olympia.
When
know?
did you see him for the first time? When was that?
When he
At
got
the-
16 Olympia.
Yeah, that's 2006.
Yeah,
That was
that was
2006.
that was the first time you saw him was when I brought him to the oxygen gym.
No, after when you bring him in the oxygen, when I saw him that side, I thought, yeah, this guy can be Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, but wasn't the oxygen gym? Wasn't that in 2006 when I brought Dennis Wolf?
Yeah, last 2006.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Then he go 2007, he gets 5th, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Dennis was top 3 at the Santa Susana show and then qualified for Olympia. And then in Olympia 2006, he didn't make a mark.
Yeah.
And then 2007, he competed with you, Dennis.
No, he didn't compete with me because I.
No, in
I had to skip-
2007, he competed with you at the New York. He played.
Oh
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
second, and he was third.
And then he went on and win Keystone.
Yeah, Keystone, yeah. So
Yes.
the whole thing.
No, I always when I saw even when he turned pro at the World Championship in China, I saw his potential because he had the width, the small waist, fucking flaring quads. He
Crazy.
had the only thing
Crazy
that was
quads.
weak it was his back at that time.
When I saw him 2007, I put him Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, me too, because I was his coach. So, I'm biased, but he,
Milos had 10 guys in the show, and he told everybody, "You're gonna win. You can win the Olympia. You can win the Olympia." So,
I feel guilty for saying, and Justin, please prove me wrong. I don't wanna say like it's impossible. I just know what top 5 at Olympia, and Abdullah, you should know. Look at top 5. This is elite of elite. The highest I placed was 10th in 10 qualified.
Okay, okay, Milos, this is a question for you. If you bring best your condition and this area, what do you put yourself?
Me, I could not
Yeah.
make a top 5.
today, if you come at your all-time best, what was your all-time best show? The best of
99.
I think Canada Night of the Champions 97. I felt the most comfortable. I beat Chris in
If
one.
you look back at your pictures, what package do you appreciate the most?
Yeah, 97 Night of the Champions.
Okay, so 97 Night of Champions today.
Yeah.
What do you don't put yourself in the top 5?
Yeah, I would have a very hard time because my arms and back would not be balanced and strong
Okay,
enough.
well,
Yeah.
There's not a lot of balanced people in the lineup today. So let's go this way. So
I'll
Samson,
say this.
no. Samson, no. Hadi,
No, hell no.
Andrew.
Hell no.
But
Yeah.
keep in mind, we're not
I
comparing.
know, I know.
Comparing
I
complete.
think will be close 6-7.
Yeah.
No, I could listen. I'm just realistic. I'm going to tell you this. I pride myself of one time beating Kevin Lebroni, right? And I was like in '93 France, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a big feather in your cap, And then I look at the pictures and videos. I say, what on earth were these judges thinking?
Oh, no.
I'm serious. Okay. So same as I'm talking right now. So for Sasan to understand me, I love Sasan to death, and I just wish him all the best in the qualification for Olympia and everything else. And he delivered it. And judges even saw him beating. I mean, it was so close, right? But then Andrew pulled off to get a little bit tighter, and they said, okay, this is too much. We can't give it to him, right? I mean, so Sasan is mortal, that is building the body. Maybe Justin, Abdullah, that you say, he can also build some more muscle, come in that granite condition. But is this going to be elite top 5 Olympian? I don't think so. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you guys a backstory. What's going on in Germany?
I love Milos, your word, but everyone have opinion. Everyone.
Yes, of course.
All right, let me give you guys what's going on in Germany. I don't know if you heard about it, but there's a $10,000 bet out there.
No.
It was all initiated by Amir. I didn't speak to Amir, but this is what I was told. That Amir initiated because there's a little rivalry between these guys, and Amir said something like, "All right, let's all do the same show together, $10,000, on the line. That who can beat who." And supposedly Justin is the one that accepted.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah. And then he signed up for the FIBO show, but Amir did not. So now, of course, people talk, I don't know what the reason is why Amir didn't want to do the FIBO show, but maybe we see them all at the European Championship in September. Because there's this little thing going on with a 10,000 euro bet, who's beating who. And when Amir supposedly, offered the $10,000 to beat him, that was the message went towards Justin, supposedly.
Well, Abdullah likes to bet. He bet Chris Cormier for a Dubai show. What did you bet?
I beat him. Milos, also I have question for you.
100,000.
Yeah, I beat him.
Yeah.
I beat him.
Yeah.
I beat Chris.
Okay, what was the question?
Okay. What do you think about Pittsburgh? Who's can be win?
Who?
I think about
The Pittsburgh.
Best back?
Yeah. No. Pittsburgh. The showing. Pittsburgh.
Is this English?
Slow that down.
No, the Gemini show. The Pittsburgh.
Oh, the Pittsburgh. Yeah, we get into that. That's
Pittsburgh.
what we're getting to right now. The Pittsburgh Pro.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys see the video?
Okay, I challenge now. I want to challenge Milos.
Hold on. We're gonna do the prediction after.
Okay,
But did you see the video, Chris Aceto said when he saw Derek in his hotel room in Germany?
I didn't see the video, but I heard that he says he looks crazy.
He said something like everybody is in fucking trouble. So
I think.
But
and we know Chris. Chris is not the kind of guy that's just gonna pull something out of his ass. He's been around longer than most of them. Definitely much longer than me, and he probably saw something that was fucking crazy. So let's expect the Derek coming into Pittsburgh as a Mr. Olympia contender, going for a title and proving a point, because I wouldn't be surprised if he comes into Pittsburgh and just dominates. Now, we see the videos, or I didn't see the videos, but I read about it with Nick Walker saying he's going to beat Derek.
Of course, he's going to have to say that.
I know, but listen.
This is my word.
Let's see. What do you say? This is my world.
My word.
So let's compare Derek and Nick Walker. Can Nick Walker beat Derek if Derek comes in at his best?
Absolutely.
And Nick's at his best.
If Nick comes at his best and Derek comes off, Nick can beat Derek.
No. If they both come at their best.
Oh, at both
Not
of them.
all. Derek comes off. A lot of people can beat him.
Yeah. It's apples and oranges. Still, Derek is major favorite. Yeah. So,
So
like,
we are-
Venus, I don't like oranges. I don't like apple. I like banana.
okay.
No, give me.
So can I
Give me.
can I expand? I think this is going to be interesting for all the listeners, and then both of you, and I'm sure that Dennis, you appreciate it. So we are talking about Excaliburs, which I said those are the guys. But then we have a guys like Dorian, overwhelming, size and condition and thickness, not pretty, but super powerful. Marcus Rule back in the day, Marcel somebody, right? So we have those monsters. Here comes Nick Walker. Nick Walker impresses 2022 or one Arnold Classic, whichever year, that when he won. I
21.
mean, 21. That was crazy, Nick. Okay. That was crazy, Nick. And that Nick, a little bit improved from that, can spell trouble to everyone, including Excaliburs. And little Derek just beat 2 Excaliburs fair and square, so Derek is still in the human category. These guys are superheroes, but human at his all-time best, presenting everything, he can win. Not Superman, I would call him Hulk. Hulk, Nick Walker, can he take over? If he comes granite conditioned, he can beat Derek on the side poses. He can beat him in the most muscular, okay? And then Baghdad biceps is going to be, comparable. Then it's another topic. Abs. He controlled the abs 2021 Arnold Classic, almost like Hadi Chopin did when he beat Samson at the Arnold Classic. It was complete control every moment. And that's what Nick had at 2021, that he lost at 2022 and 2023. So if he's bigger, he says that his legs are way bigger. Side view is really monstrous. His legs from the side are like, holy shit. Legs from the back are holy shit. As Dennis was implying, maybe frontally he needs to position his legs a little bit different. Okay, and I'm sure that Nick is listening. I would suggest his front lat spread. What I was doing, pushing the waist in 2 fists to smash the waist in like a couple of inches on each side, because he needs that V taper. And I think it would work. It's one thing when you put it in front, and the other thing when you really push your waist in. You try to close that gap, and then you're going to expand more. His weakness is front lat spread, back lat spread, right? But every other pose, Nick is monster. But if you were asking me, Abdullah, what I think that Derek is going to win convincingly, and Martin and Nick are going to be fighting for second. And I think that Nick is going to deliver because he was away for so long and he needs to prove things. So I think there's going to be Derek, Nick. And
What do you think, Abdullah?
I think Derek will be Mr. Olympia again.
I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Nick will be second. Martin will be third.
At the Olympia or at Pittsburgh?
No, in the Pittsburgh.
Okay, so Derek, Nick, Martin. So, and who else we have? We have Good Vito. We have Criso. Is that 4 and 5 right there?
I think Criso 4. get beat fifth, I think.
Who else is in the show?
Boyac,
Bonac. I think Bonac
Bonac
there.
and James. Yeah, Bonac and James.
He's like Olympia lineup. Everyone there.
It's Olympia without Hadi and Samson.
Yeah.
and
And,
Andrew.
and
We'll love to see Brandon there.
yeah, why is Brandon not in the show?
Yeah, we'll love to see him there.
I mean, this is a really top lineup. This is going to be hard to make a mark. Top three, with we already see. Same thing like going to the Arnold Classic. We knew who the top three is going to be, right? Even though you said that Brandon could have surprised and squeak in, I still don't think that. Yeah, it was enough to beat Andrew.
Didn't I have Brandon in third at the Arnold?
Yeah, fair. I
So,
put him there.
I think I put him third too. And somebody in Germany said, if I'm so far out of my mind that if
It-
Brandon would get third, he would clean my toilet for 1 year.
oh,
And
yeah.
then I
Almost
bet you after prejudging it was sweating bullets. Yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, the Pittsburgh's going to be a good one, man. I mean, they got a huge expo too. I didn't know the expo was that big.
Hmm.
Are you going?
I don't know.
You should.
I don't know. Yeah.
You should. Are you going, Abdullah? You ain't going nowhere.
Maybe I want. I'll go. My target will go Olympia.
You're going to the Olympia? Do you
Yeah,
still
Olympia.
work with the didn't you work with that guy? What was his
Ron,
name?
Ron.
Detroit-
Run.
Ron, yeah.
Yeah, still with him.
Yeah. So as a coach of Ron, what do you think needs to
More
happen
size.
for him to
More
move
size,
up?
more legs. More legs. You need more legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But Dennis, I don't remember you answering. Did you see the major improvements in Andrew's leg size in this show?
I saw an improvement from that's what I said, from the Arnold to now, but it looked to me like it was like the rebound. It was just the glycogen storage. He was just overfilled, super loaded.
Yeah. But
I don't think he trained, his legs grew from the Arnold to now. I think it has something to do with the rebound.
yeah, I mean, like I told you, 2 days before the show, his legs were pretty big, and then he just lost it for the show. So now down
His legs didn't look like they were undersized no more. His legs
Yeah.
look like matches up about.
yes. And if
Absolutely.
he had that balance at Arnold Classic,
Yeah, his hamstrings could use a little more, but his legs overall, they match his height, they match everything for me.
so
I didn't see him. I didn't see him improving. I think it's best legs for him. Condition in Arnold 2023.
yeah, condition wise, that was the best Andrew. But we want Andrew to be this big. He was just monstrous.
I'm still most impressed from Andrew from that first Texas Pro. I don't know why.
Yeah.
For me, that was still one of his best looks. Just
Me
like
too.
Nick's look for me was at the Arnold that he won. That was for me Nick's best look. I think with the same look, with the same body weight, everything the same, I think he would have a better chance against Derek than if he comes in too big and his shape is a little bit, waist wise. And so I think that the way he looked at the Arnold, he would be the most dangerous.
Yes.
You think so too?
Yeah, I think so.
You see,
Talk about waist. This is what I wanted to ask you guys because I saw something today, a video actually. Did you guys see Blessing Abudibu?
no.
He posted. He did a video. He had a tripod up, and of course, the tripod went into the mirror, because it makes it always look much better. And then he said, what did he say? Something like coming together at 280 pounds, waist 28 inches.
How much?
28 inches. He put it on
My
the
kids, my son, he's 7 years. I think 25.
He said his waist is 28 inch. Is there any chance in hell that Blessing has a 20-inch waist at 280 pounds?
You mean 28?
No,
Yeah, probably.
no.
Wait, let me find it to make sure I'm not blowing smoke. That's Blessing. He just posted a video today. Yeah. I mean, even if I zoom in, that waist looks like it's 36 to me, to be perfectly honest.
Listen,
Blessing,
like-
I love you, man, but stop writing that because your waist is not 28 inches. Maybe
in
your
a vacuum, okay, in a vacuum, maybe.
here.
You know,
What?
that
I
in
don't care. That
vacuum.
doesn't count. Oh, let me take a screenshot. Hold on. If you do the vacuum, that's not your waist size.
I know, but that's how they measure the smallest measurement.
Oh shit! I can't even do it with my
Yeah, we
back.
can do it. Yeah, we can do it.
Oh shit!
And,
Yeah, but it's
I'll look for it. Yeah.
so
So
200 pounds, 28 inches. I mean,
you know, this is why I keep saying I'm so against the vacuum, because vacuum is fake. That's not your real.
Right.
So when people are doing vacuum front your legs, vacuum front our biceps, vacuum lat spread, this is all illusion. But Milos, bodybuilding is illusion. Yeah, I know, but you know that vacuum cannot be there in all 8 poses. So when you relax and you see the true size of the waist,
I mean, he has a small waist. Yeah, he has.
he has. No, Blessing has obliques, and
Yes.
if he doesn't control them, and he loses them many times, yeah. So he would have to do the Hadi chop and vacuum all the way.
So Blessing, if you hear this, man, if you can prove me wrong, I will be shitting. I'll be happy.
You're gonna clean his toilet for a year?
No, I'll be happy to put the tape around your waist and test it for you. I was about to say something just now. Oh yeah, what show is he gonna do? Is he doing New York? He's big though. He's big. He looks good. His legs look improved. You know.
Dennis, I have a question for you.
Hold on. Milos, do you know about him doing the show?
I mean, he's the Stefan guy, and Stefan is strategically putting guys in different shows, right? So not to really double up.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure that he's telling him to do some later shows.
What's up, Abdullah? What you got for me?
I have a good question. Who's best physique? Victor Martinez best or Phil Heath?
The physique? You talking about the shape or you talking about the complete package?
No, physique.
Shape. You talking about shape?
Yeah.
I like Victor's shape because he had the shoulder width.
Okay, Milos.
Okay, so Phil would beat Victor in the shows, guarantee.
Yeah.
But structure is way better on Victor. So whenever listen, this is why I'm pointing out Excaliburs are those with the wide shoulders. I didn't mention Phil Heath, and I didn't mention Flex Wheeler. They have a beautiful physiques, okay, but they didn't have that. Wow, this shoulders width. So
Yes.
if you compare Phil to Victor, way
Yeah.
wider. The shoulder width, and then lats are way wider and all that stuff. So for us, we like aesthetics and V-taper. It's more pronounced on Victor, but the compact perfection that Phil Heath brings, oh my God.
Yeah, Phil Heath overall package, no chance.
No chance.
Chance.
But you have challenge, I think, 2007 Arnold Classic Victor and Phil Heath 2011 Mr. Olympia. I think you have challenge, You have good fight.
Yeah, I mean, Victor at his best. People forgot how good Victor really was. He was just, unfortunately, in an era where there was just so many good guys. So, I mean, a Victor at his best today would still be right there fighting for the title. I believe it.
I know. It will be Mr. Olympia.
It's crazy. You compare some of you think about some of the guys that people don't even talk about no more that had crazy shapes. And I remember Victor when he turned pro in 2000 in New York.
You were there.
Yeah, that's where I lost my money.
Your money, I remember.
Yeah. But after he turned pro in 2000, and then like maybe a couple of months later, we were somewhere in Vegas, somewhere in the club in Vegas, and Victor came to me, and and he wanted to know, hey man, how did you get so big? So I gave him a little info that I had from Milos. And Vic was in the club like 2 or 3 in the morning on a fucking a napkin. He was wrote all this information on a napkin.
Dennis, before
And he ran
before
with it.
before
And he
before I
ran.
don't like Mil before I don't like Milos, but when I know Milos exactly, I love him because he make deserve from bodybuilder, you know, and he talking more than any coach.
He has
I love.
his legacy is cemented. You know, if you
Yeah, I
love
think
him, it doesn't matter because you have to do both. Because
yeah,
sometimes
I think
sometimes you love him.
Abdullah, why
yeah.
didn't you like me? You know, I just
Because
want.
I don't, no, because I doesn't I didn't touch with you. I see you first time in my life when you prepared the Hong Kong or Indonesia or Singapore.
Yeah.
2006, I
Pleasure,
saw you in
pleasure.
the I saw you in the Qatar. I play judo. I saw you in the restaurant, big chest like this,
Yeah, still
very
today,
size, you know.
you
Yeah,
stand the same, but the only thing that sticks out is the chest.
Yeah,
yeah. But
the
Still
only
the
one
same.
I have.
Milos still
Milos,
stands like this.
you have
Any picture I see, Milos still in there like this.
It's still
yeah,
there, right?
Venus,
The
you have
chest.
aggressive face, you know, but when you people touch with you, you know you're very gentleman, you know.
Who have an aggressive face? Milos?
Venus, yeah, before when you're younger, I saw him younger like this.
Milos,
I don't think so.
Milos was the poster boy, man. That was the pretty boy.
Abdullah, just to tell you, whoever's listening, I love everybody. I would help everybody. There's
I
nobody who
know.
can ask me a question that I'm not going to answer. There's no way. But now that you mentioned Qatar, Dennis and I went to a dinner with Badr Bodai and those Malaysian guys, and the
Yeah.
restaurant got on fire, and there was some dead people there. And thank God for Dennis, who is much smarter and quicker. Like as soon as he smelled the goddamn smoke, he
I'm
said, "Out!" We didn't pay the bill or anything. I mean, it was like, oh wait, let's pay the bill, like what it is, and then fire took the whole restaurant and shopping mall and everything. It was a panic mode. Yeah.
This first guy is run, right?
gone.
You never see it run that fast.
You don't know how fast fire can go, man. That can go so quick. The next thing you know, when there's a panic and everybody runs at the same time, now you can't get out. So you got to go first.
You know how it is? We didn't pay the bill, and I'm thinking, like, we can't just leave without paying the bill and all that stuff. And then 3 seconds later, it's like, thank God that we left.
That restaurant was done. No more bills paid. Nobody paid. Yeah.
Milos, I saw you second time when I get first pro card in England, Olympia amateur. I have a Kuwaiti guy get overall. You meet him there, and you talk with my client. You told him you have good future.
Yeah, that was which city? It was Liverpool.
British Liverpool.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you understand the people in Liverpool? You understand when they speak?
Me? Before no, normal. Like this.
I don't even
Hey.
know if it's English.
Abdullah, can you say Pittsburgh again?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
What I didn't hear before. I said, what is he saying? I'm trying to figure out what he's
I told
saying.
you. I said people don't understand. I said Gemini show.
It's because you talk so fast, and sometimes you swallow the word. It's too fast. You know.
Yeah, the way you said Jim Mannion, you actually made it sound like the Milia show. I swear, this is what I was like, what? Oh my God. But yeah, so the whole point that I was trying to make here, I would like people to realize there are certain bodybuilders that go in that category of Excaliburs. They're superior human beings, okay? And that was Ronnie and Lee Haney, and now the Andrew, and there was Cedric McMillan, and now it's Andrew and Samson, right? If those guys put together, hell breaks loose. Then there was the monsters like Jay Cutler and Dorian and Nasser somebody, and they can still beat those Excaliburs. And then there are normal people like Phil Heath or Kevin Levroni or Flex Wheeler or now Derek. So show is wide open. Who brings it? But if Excaliburs bring the 100% condition like everybody else, they win every show.
Well,
Yeah.
you
I
heard it
think I,
here
th-
first and last.
I think to me also maybe me is angry. I think Phil Heath is best bodybuilder.
I'm not
You-
angry. I mean,
you mean
other than
ever?
Ronnie at his best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where were you going when you were comparing Phil Heath and Victor Martinez? What was your point they was trying to make? Phil Heath is 7 times Mr. Olympia, and Victor is not. So your question was to me and Dennis to possibly say, well, Victor has that structure, right?
Yeah, and also Chris Corman, he like to me like his Kobe, like Victor. I think he have better legs, but the upper body same. I think.
Chris Cormier is, yeah, phenomenal, of course. But again, for Andrew and Samson, they are that category that if they deliver, then it's going to be only show between those two. Nobody else can get there.
Okay,
So-
I put Samson, Dennis Wolf, and Andrew Jack. Who's gonna be first?
Samson, Dennis Wolf, Andrew Jack at their best.
Yes,
What was Samson's best? What show would you?
I think best 2000 Arnold 2023. To me,
Yeah, there was still not enough condition,
yeah,
to-
but this is best Samson.
yeah.
Well, Dennis had the condition always. I mean, he was
Then is yeah.
from the rear. He was not as powerful. He had he had the muscle. It's hard to judge, but I think it would probably go to Samson for the
It
full
would be a push. Okay. Samson and Andrew in the same condition.
Well, Samson is still superior because he has the body part that Samson still can bring up.
Samson.
Yeah.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
Samson as best and Cedric as best.
Samson, who else?
See, we can do this for 10 hours and we will never really find a solution because
I didn't hear the second guy.
Cedric.
Cedric, okay.
Because unless we can put them next to each other, just because what we remember from someone, it's not enough sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to put them next to each other to see how good they really are.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, Dennis Wolf next to Samson, I mean, Dennis Wolf was wider than Samson, significantly wider than Samson. Samson has that thicker 3D muscle. But Dennis had the condition, So this is like Milo said before, apples and oranges.
Yes.
Dennis at his best was great. I mean, it's hard to compare these guys virtually. You gotta, you should really see them next to each other. Even on pictures, you can't do it. But I'm a condition guy, and I think as Mr. Olympia, you need to. Okay, so you said Derek's going to win the Olympia this year, right? So this is your prediction. So who do you predict in second,
Yes.
fourth, and
Yes.
fifth for the Olympia? That's a good comment.
Hadi second.
Uh-huh.
Nick third. Samson fourth. And Andrew Jack, between Andrew and Brandon, if you can best 6-5
Yeah.
between Andrew and Brandon.
Milos, do you think that can happen?
I mean, everything can happen, but you just
see it
said
happen.
you're a conditioning guy. Nobody comes close to Hadi Chopin. No, nobody. Okay, you cannot compare Derek's condition with Hadi's condition from the front. Not even close.
Mhm.
Okay,
And back,
yeah.
the Derek is back condition better.
yeah, from the back. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's that issue. So I think that Hadi left a whole year to work on that one. He doesn't need to put more size. He creates that. Hadi is that guy that has everything and condition is just shining through. I don't think that his condition was bad at the last Olympia, and everybody said like, "Oh, his condition was not that same Hadi condition." I think it was 95% of his normal conditioning. I really do. You know, if you dig deep and analyze from the front, everything was happening.
Derek liked the Arnold March last month.
Mhm.
Can Derek can this beat Hardy's best?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Compare two shows. Compare Hardy Arnold 24, Derek Arnold 25. Who wins?
Hadi.
Derek.
See, I like it. You guys don't agree. So Hardy taking a year off. What's gonna change?
He needs to bring that crazy back striations and hamstring glutes tie-in. I'm sure that this is his whole purpose the whole year to work on that.
Yeah. So can go
Because
ahead, Neil.
it's not
Still with
the same
Hadi?
level of conditioning, front and back.
Can Derek peak 3 times this year? Because he
Two
did the
times.
Arnold and he's doing Pittsburgh. So now he got to peak again at the Olympia. Can he do that?
Yes. I give it. If you want to put money, I put money. The bit.
What do you mean? How much money you putting money on what?
No, but
Derek can win. Derek can win New York also, and also can win Olympia this year. I don't.
Okay, so
I believe this one.
if you want to put money, what are you putting money on? You want to put money on
I
what?
put in and your bank. But who's gonna be?
No, you don't
challenge me?
understand. No, you understand what I'm saying. You put money that Derek's going to win the Olympia or that Derek can peak.
No, can beat Olympia and Pittsburgh 3 shows this year.
So you putting money that Derek is going to win all 3 shows this year.
Yes.
Is this you? Are you making this official? Like officially, anybody who come in can bet you?
No one respect when I told in your broadcast. I told Derek will be Samson, beat him. Then he beat him. This is my eyes, I know.
So if I know someone who thinks that that's not possible, how much money will you be willing to bet him?
look at the
Up
business.
to you. Up to you. What you want?
What'd you say?
Up to
you're
you.
a businessman. I'm just talking about someone I know.
Yeah, but you're gonna get the 20% cut.
But no, I don't challenge you, please. I don't challenge Chris because Chris he go eat fast food.
So Abdullah, this is what Dennis was asking. Okay, because you're the coach and I'm a coach. Can
Yeah.
somebody peak at Arnold first week in March, and then mid, May, whatever, so many weeks, 10 weeks later, and then again at Olympia? That's 3 distinctive times of the year. So you have to bring your peak and peak again and then peak again. And especially the 3rd show peaking for Olympia, you're going to go against Mr. Hadi Chopin and crazy condition guys. You're breaking up again, right? Did you hear me?
Some one. Yeah.
What's
But
wrong
some
with
like Brandon Carey, you need 3 shows there the road, Some people you need 1 show, like Hadi, 1 show maybe. But I know Derek is hungry and younger. He can come 3 shows as best, But maybe
I'm not
from another bodybuilder.
Yeah, we're not saying it's not possible. We're just saying there's a good chance that something goes wrong, that the body is tired, even though the mind wants to do it. Yeah, you're young and your mind is saying, I'm ready. But sometimes the body doesn't respond as well.
Yeah, okay.
I think this time, it's good because you have new coach. But next year will be different
It's
and difficult.
new coach or not new coach, it's still your body, and you never did this. So Abdullah, I did every organized show in a calendar year, twice. Everything organized I did. But I know many guys would do the Arnold Classic at Olympia, only 2. But there was, back in the day, if you remember, it was Ironman Arnold Classic. Then there was like Night of the Champions, Niagara Falls, Pittsburgh, Chicago, second. And then there was Olympia and European Tour. Some guys would peak twice, okay? And that's quite possible. And many times they would not peak equally. Like Kevin or Flex could not peak at both Olympia and Arnold Classic. You know, there was differences. Derek is doing 3 shows. I mean, maybe even 4. Maybe he's going to do the New York. If he wins Pittsburgh, it would be ridiculous for him not to do the New York. Why would he not do the New York, right?
Yeah.
Why would he do it?
Because it's a week later. He's going to be in New York. He already announced he's going to be there. I mean, so Dennis, a good question, and everybody that is listening. Why would he even do the Pittsburgh? He doesn't need to prove anything.
Mhm.
But he's going to Pittsburgh with a, tough lineup. And now, if he wins, okay, week later he's in New York. So now, what are you going to do? Chicken out and don't give them another chance?
What do you mean chicken out? What do you mean chicken out? He's going to go
Okay,
home.
so I'm using a
He's going
MMA, UFC terminology, to piss them off.
to go.
Okay.
He's going to go home. He's going to have a cheat meal
No.
and get some rest because he needs it.
Derek had no reason to do the Pittsburgh, and he's making a point. He's proving the point. Beautiful.
Well,
Now,
but his
proved
point
the
was, he wants all 3 shows in one
Yeah,
year.
okay, why not all 4? All 4 is even more. A New York show was Night of the Champions. Going to the New York, that's considered 3rd biggest show. Okay, it's considered 3rd biggest show.
No, not anymore. Not with the Pittsburgh out now. Was a higher show.
That's yeah. Well,
Now he
Pittsburgh
goes back to
probably
4.
gained that momentum, but it's 1 week later, and he's going to New York. He's going to be there anyway.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I'm all for it. But I don't even think it was smart to do Pittsburgh, to be honest.
I don't think so either. But now
I
that
think-
he's doing it,
Samson, he do for sure. Samson, he do for sure. He go Arnold. He go Arnold in England.
Samson never.
He go France
but
and
never-
Olympia.
okay,
but Samson never peaked, so it's different.
yeah, and Abdullah, it's different.
Better every time, but he's never peaked yet. He hasn't peaked to this day, so we're still waiting for Samson to peak. That's how good he is. That he don't have to peak and win the Olympia. That tells you how good of a physique he has. But if he peaks,
Yeah, Abdullah,
what is Derek going to do if Samson peaks? If we see that Samson in crazy condition, can Derek beat that?
No.
See? So you don't have faith in Samson, right? You don't think Samson can peak. Correct?
It's a tough one. It's very tough.
Well,
tough one, but
he lost this show.
I dreamed 2 days ago. I dreamed 2 days ago. Derek, Mr. Olympia again.
Yeah. I mean, it's when I saw him at the Arnold, I said, that's a Mr. Olympia right there.
Yeah, Mr. Olympia, right? Yeah.
But we still can't forget that Samson is still Mr. Olympia. He's the champ. He's not doing Pittsburgh, and he's doing everything he needs to do in order to rest enough to be ready at the Olympia. And he knows, I think he knows he's going to have to take the Olympia the most serious as ever.
Dennis, best Brandon Carey 2019 when he went Arnold. I give him all the show. He go Olympia, get 8. Then he go fragment show, get first. Then he go Italy, get 3rd. Then he go Arnold, get first. Then he go Olympia, 6th show.
Yeah.
With Brandon.
Yeah.
No, but was that a peak, Brandon, at the Olympia? Do you think so?
And he
Yeah,
lost.
Brandon.
He lost to Hadi and Cedric in Italy.
Yeah, and he's continue go Arnold. Then he go Olympia, and he's non-stop.
Yeah. No, but Abdullah, maybe you didn't understand. Dennis was asking.
I understand.
Do you think that Derek now peaked for the Arnold, and he can peak now? He has to peak like crazy, and then he can peak again at Olympia.
No,
It's
his tough one.
time.
Minus,
It's time.
honestly, his tough one. His tough one. Maybe in Pittsburgh he coming not as best. Maybe he's coming not as best. I will
Yeah, but
see.
what happens
after-
what happens if he loses in Pittsburgh?
This is he can be big ever Olympia.
I think this is going to be the most. I still have to say Samson is the favorite for the Olympia
Yeah,
because
his favorite. Yeah.
and I can't put anybody over him now because I really believe that he takes this time from now to October 12th so serious, and we'll see. I mean, I'll see him in 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, next weekend. He's guest posing for me here in Berlin, and now he's got his own private gym. I think this is a perfect story to get ready, you know, be in your own gym, train at the best machines that you put together for yourself. I think that looks like this could be
Samson still is dangerous, very dangerous. I love him with him win Olympia second time. But you know, Dennis, I don't know. People becoming 39 and 40 is different, Dennis, different. I didn't see anyone is improving. This is age, you know?
yeah, but look, Sean Roden won the Olympia was 44. How old was he?
But this is best for Rodin?
Possibly. Yeah.
Best?
2018.
When he won the Olympia, yeah.
I think when he got second, his best Rodin, second.
It's listen, Phil Klahar, he turned pro when he was 40 something. Okay. And you know, so age.
But that's a different league now. Now we going into the next level. No.
But then as you said, Andrew was saved. He doesn't have a high mileage, right? Because he started late. Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Andrew is fresh, Samson is fresh. They're not showing their age. You know. They can go for quite so many years. I just to conclude, Andrew, we all know that he's specimen that, oh my God, if he delivers, and he didn't deliver so far. At Olympia, not one time he delivered. That's why the highest he placed was 5th.
Yeah. Shit. And you don't have to be 100% to place top 5 at the Olympia. That's how good of a
if
body
you look
you have.
like him, yeah.
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 Shit. We had to diet our ass
I
off
think
2 hours of cardio every day.
Yeah. I
2
think this
hours
is
of
actually
cardio.
this is
That
good
was
for
the Huh?
I think will be a crazy Olympia because everyone Derek beat Miss Olympia and Miss Olympia win again, you know?
Yeah. Could there be an upset and there's someone that no one expects to win the Olympia? Is there anybody that can upset the whole card?
No,
Like
Maybe.
Olympia, no. I mean, for Pittsburgh, can Good Vito and Michael Criso bring some trouble to the guys? I don't understand why Michael Criso didn't enter FIBO. That's beyond me. You know, he was peeled beyond belief. It's right there. It was
But
be a
it's again pictures. It's again pictures. I don't
Picture.
pictures.
Picture, Milos. Don't talk about picture, please, Milos, please.
Yeah. Let's not talk about pictures no more because every time
I have picture. I have picture in the mirror. My body better than Mr. Olympia, man's physique.
Yeah, Abdullah, tell the truth. That mirror in oxygen, that's enhanced, double size, right?
Yeah, three double.
But you have a double size, you know, because I've seen myself in the mirror. There was doubling the size, and then I've seen yeah, I'm serious. Listen,
And if you use the phone and if you take the picture into the mirror, it makes you even better.
hey,
No,
yeah,
but
I think I told you the story.
You put your phone under your stomach, and you're coming like a monster.
Dennis, my ex in Belgrade has a gym, and she put skinny mirrors in the aerobic room for ladies, and then big mirrors in a weight room for the guys. And if you go take a picture in one room and then go to the other, you lost 20 pounds,
Yeah.
3 inches.
I have Dennis. I have picture. I have picture with the Reagan when you're coming in Kuwait in the magic mirror, and I have picture in the gym. I put together. It's like it's not same the guy, but where is the size?
So every time you see the pictures posted off the mirror, you know it's a suspect.
Yeah. What's the status with Behrouz?
I mean, any day now, like 18th, supposed to be a deadline for them to respond, right?
So far,
I just got the Behrouz update yesterday and today. He's looking like Behrouz, like disappearing waist. Yeah, which I'm actually noticing even more. His waist is even smaller, which is like ridiculous.
This is hard question for you, Milos.
Hmm?
This is a hard question for you.
Okay.
Did you put Behrouz can be Mr. Olympia?
Yeah, okay, he needs a little bit thicker legs to balance everything out. And then, yes, he can. Look, 2023.
Talking like a true biased coach.
No, hold on, hold on.
Dennis, what do you
Dennis,
think about it?
I like the challenges. I like the challenges. Dennis, 2023, after the Olympia, you saw Behrouz possibly beating Samson in Romania.
Yes.
On the show, you were saying, yeah, and I was the one that said, like, look, there was still that discrepancy in the lower body that I could see that because of that, Behrouz would lose. Otherwise, he would beat him.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he would beat him.
But
So if Behrouz can
Behrouz-
bring, go ahead.
Behrouz lost to William last year, also.
Yeah, but okay, yeah.
So, and I think if someone that if you still get beat by guys that are not in the top 5, it's going to be hard. But I saw him in person. It's another thing, just like fucking Andrew. In person, he's so impressive, and his condition. I think he can be top 5.
Look, Behrouz.
I wouldn't go as far as thinking that he's going to win the Olympia because
Okay, put the world-class quads on him. Like,
yeah, even
inch
then,
and a half.
I wouldn't go as far as saying that. I would have to see him on the Olympia stage first, next to these guys, and then I can tell you if he can in the future win the Olympia. But as of right,
Dennis,
I definitely think he's a top 5 guy.
Dennis, I saw Behrouz when he got world championship overall. I saw him backstage. I saw like small Kevin Leveroni, crazy condition. I am impressive. What? This from where? Crazy glutes, crazy triceps, details, crazy. He beat everyone there.
There was one guy in the FIBO show from where was he from? Czech Republic. Joseph. You see that guy?
Yeah, Joseph from Czech. Yeah, beautiful.
That was inside out condition. That was crazy condition. That was the most conditioned guy in the show.
Yeah,
Even more conditioned than Sass.
Yeah, I love his physique. Joseph. Yeah, farmer, right? Yeah, he needed the bigger legs, and then he would be a factor. Yeah. But so Dennis, I mean, you didn't confirm. Did you say that 2023 Behrouz could beat Samson in that show? We were having this discussion.
If you said I did, I did.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
did.
don't
In
remember.
Romania. And Samson came off being third at Olympia, and he came improve in Romania. So he improved from
Oh, that's the show where they said that she was the one that prepped it.
afterwards. Yeah, after
Okay, so that
he won
show.
those 2 shows. That's when they said that. Yeah, I didn't coach him.
Okay. So yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how good Behrouz is. Behrouz
Yes.
won 2021 Romania easily, but they gave him third. Okay, he was
Milos,
never seen. 2020.
Milos, I saw
Rafael Brandao won, and Samson was second.
I saw your guy can be Mr. Olympia. Honestly.
So 2022, he beat the great Brett Wilkin. Brett was in great condition. 2023, he almost beat the Samson. Okay. So then he lost to William, but then he beat William back. You know how that is. So if Behrouz has a little bit
I don't
more
know how
powerful
that is.
legs, he is in the mix right away.
So Behrouz is getting ready only for Dubai.
And Italy. Yeah, 2 shows that he won, he's defending the title.
When is Italy?
Like a few weeks later, I don't know, I forgot. Spain is first, and he's not doing the Spain, but then he's going to Dubai, and then
Dubai is in June.
June 22nd.
Oh, okay. So then Spain is Italy is sometime in July.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think there's also a Portugal show.
So
Spain,
what if he doesn't get the visa? Then what is he? Is he going to do more shows, or he's just going to do those 2 shows?
I mean, we're gonna do this too. Hopefully, he qualifies. Listen, Martin might be in Dubai.
He's going to qualify, but what if he doesn't get the visa? Is he going to continue competing and make some more money, or he's just going to go back to Iran and let it go?
We would want to compete. I mean, he's contest ready. He is the guy that loves to compete. He loves to perform. you know.
Because there's a few more shows, also after Italy. There's another one in Germany, which is going to be a good show. There's a lot of show where there's prize money. I mean,
He needs to be seen in America, right? He needs to really be at the Olympia stage.
I understand, but I'm just talking about the worst case scenario if he doesn't get the visa, because the chances are pretty high. You know that.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Martin, for example.
I want to leave, Dennis. I'm hungry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go get some food. All right.
Nice to see you again. I'll see you very soon.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Take care, brother.
See you, Abdullah.
Bye-bye.
So yeah.
So Martin is top 4 Olympian, right? And he beat Chris Bumstead in Prague, and now he's going to battle with Nick and Derek. I see Behrouz beating Martin. That's what I see. It's way better shape, way better structure.
You see Behrouz beating Nick?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Because Behrouz can out-condition Nick. Okay, as crazy as that sound, Behrouz could do that, and then half the size of the waist, with the V taper that is so dominant, right? Yeah, muscle from this is right. Excalibur.
Okay, I agree. So far, I totally agree with you. I believe everything you said. This makes sense. Can he beat Hadi?
Hadi is still advanced, I think. Yeah, look, Behrouz is gonna beat him from the back. Okay, from the back, yes. Okay, but from the front, I mean, Hadi is still Hadi, creates that illusion. And
what about Derek?
Now that you make me think, side poses, Behrouz can fight with Hadi big time. Okay, Behrouz just needs a little bit bigger legs, which we are working on.
So is that a yes, or is that a maybe?
It may be.
So what about Derek?
Yeah, Derek did surprise me. He really shined at Arnold Classic. If you still ask me which is better shape, Derek or Behrouz, Behrouz.
Can he beat
Derek? What is prettier body?
Can he come to the Olympia and beat Derek?
Well, I said that year ago, which was true. Like, I'm politically saying something like, if he's American and is popular, I said that in the judgment, but that's really what I mean. I mean, it's not that there is favoritism, but the popularity is just like,
what does the popularity have to do with him winning or not?
A lot. Popularity in every sport is everything.
That's
how superstars are made.
Huh?
That's how superstars are made in every sport. Popularity. You don't have to be the best.
I know, but as a superstar, and you still got to win. If you're a superstar or not.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Well, anyway, I better not put myself in trouble by saying this way. Oh, what you're saying is it's color of your passport decides. No, that's not what I mean, because we have Egyptian, we have Iranian, Olympia, of course. Yeah, there's not in that sense, but two guys, popularity and people behind, and then he is former champion and he is a newcomer, his first time in Olympia stage.
Yeah, it should be the third time or the fourth time.
Fourth time, yeah, it should be. Yeah.
So
because Tarek was asking me that question. If you remember, he was on the podcast. Milos, you would have a Behrouz compared to Derek. I said, of course I would. That was like a year and a half ago. Like what? Like they don't deserve to be compared?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he gets his visa on the 18th, or at least gets a good message saying that there's a chance.
Yeah, I hope so too. That's a quick way. So probably next week when we talk, we will have some answer for Behrouz.
Okay, I really want him to get on that Olympia stage. Would you plan him to come out early?
Yeah, for sure. As soon as he gets the visa, man, It's like, okay, if he can be here for like a month,
Huh.
you know, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, well, hopefully that works.
Yeah.
You know, so we're gonna wrap this up because I'm hungry too, man. All right, my man.
You
So,
bodybuilders, you know,
yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder no more. I'm just hungry. I didn't eat.
you're jacked and you're doing plastic surgeries, you know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
just admit
Plastic
publicly.
surgery. It fucking gets better every day. Next thing, maybe next time I shouldn't have that damn backdrop
Yeah.
behind me. So it looks maybe people think I'm using a filter. What filter would it be?
But you do look goddamn young. Jesus Christ.
This is because I have lights on.
Yeah, you could put
I
any
need the
light on me.
lights. If I don't use the lights, then you don't see my ears, you know. It looks like that's why people think I have a filter, because if I turn the lights off, hold on, let me show you. I turn these two lights off, you know. So now you see my ears? It looks like it looks fake. So I have to turn the lights on so I get light from everywhere. That way it doesn't look like that. So guys, yeah, plastic surgery. Yeah, I got a dick extension and I went from fucking 9 inches to 29 inches. So now it's out. You all know. All right, bro.
All right.
Hey, nah, don't worry about it. Next week.
Next week. Okay. I don't know where you're going, but yeah, ask me. Remind me next week.
All right.
All right.
How was Miami though? How was Miami?
Oh, it was great. Unbelievable.
How long did you stay?
From Thursday to late Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, so you come home Sunday night.
Yeah. Late. Yeah. I
Was-
didn't have a direct flight either.
I
So-
forgot that it was late for you there too, because they're 3 hours ahead. So it was
Yeah.
actually late when they started. The main car start what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 o'clock and finished like 1:30. And then, you know, I didn't get the Uber until like 2:45. You know, one of those things, you order Uber and say, okay, 12 minutes before they would tell you about the driver. So 11 minutes later, oops, sorry, you know, too busy, start again. And
If I had
it
to
happened
watch
3 days in a row.
If I had to watch fight, be up all night like this and then watch it, I would have been sitting there like this and hold my eyes open so I can watch the fight, because I'll be probably passed out. I left. Thank God it was at 4. It started at 4 in the morning here, so I went to sleep. I slept 3 hours and then I started watching the fight.
So you woke up just for a main event, right?
Yes.
didn't
I
watch-
didn't see the prelims. No, I was exhausted.
Yeah,
All right,
unbelievable.
man. We'll talk next week.
All right,
All right.
man.
Talk to you later, brother.